Get ready for the action, because we are kicking things off with Wisconsin basketball drama. We dive deep into the final analysis of Austin Rapp's first season in red and white. We look at his incredible performances, from that heater against Michigan to his crucial moments in front of the Final Four, and we uncover what this means for his expanded role next year. And finally, get ready for some huge news in the world of sports. The NCAA committee has made a massive recommendation, putting women's flag football on the path to becoming an NCAA championship sport as early as 2028. Don't miss this massive development, and subscribe right now to stay ahead of the game. Noi Dung Kai Tight. Austin Rapp's first season in red and white concluded with a mixed but ultimately promising outlook, positioning him for an expanded role in the upcoming year. While his sophomore campaign included struggles, this season showcased significant flashes of high-level play, particularly in crucial moments. /N statistically, Rapp averaged 9.7 points, 4 rebounds, and 1.6 assists, complemented by a 41.9% field goal percentage and an 85.4% free throw rate. /N a standout moment came during the Big Ten tournament against Michigan, where Rapp delivered one of the season's best shot-making displays, driving Wisconsin back into the game against the national powerhouse. /N, however, the season was marked by a significant dip. A 2-game stretch earlier in the year saw Rapp struggle, evidenced by a cold shooting period from December through late January, where his field goal percentage dropped significantly, and he appeared to struggle with the physicality of high-major basketball. This period, coupled with limited frontcourt depth, represented his lowest point. /N despite these dips, Rapp re-emerged as a viable frontcourt presence. His performance in the second half against Illinois on February 10th was particularly impactful, where he scored 18 points on 6 for 11 shooting, adding 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block, a performance vital in securing a win against a Final Four team. /N and the narrative around Rapp shifted dramatically following his back-to-back games against Ohio State and Illinois, which revitalized both his performance and the team's momentum. This breakout transformed him from a mid-major standout to a serviceable Big Ten player. /N looking ahead, the outlook for Rapp is exceptionally bright. Analysts envision him returning to a starting role alongside Nalen Winter in the 2026-27 season, with a major opportunity for him to elevate his game. The integration of playmaker Owen Foxwell is expected to be highly beneficial for both big men. /N furthermore, Rapp has demonstrated passing abilities that could be further developed. Playing with guards Nick Boyd and John Blackwell, Rapp found a rhythm working off the ball. With Foxwell's experience, Rapp is expected to take on more three-point attempts and enhance his overall offensive creation. While Winter is projected to be the primary option, Rapp's unique skill set keeps him as a compelling prospect for future offensive leadership. College basketball roster costs are facing scrutiny, with Michigan coach Dusty May anticipating further increases following the team's recent national title. Reports indicate the championship team's cost exceeded $10 million, with May projecting growth in the 2026-27 season. In response to rising athlete compensation in the NIL era, ESPN analyst Jay Bilas weighed in, defending the financial arrangements while highlighting the disparity between player and coaching salaries. Biela's argued that in major sports, coaching staffs often earn more than players, questioning the criticism regarding athlete earnings. He asserted that players deserve to bargain for their market value, and that the current situation is a reflection of a growing industry, not necessarily a financial crisis. Biela's pointed to increasing revenue streams, citing the Big Ten's $1.3 billion distribution in the 2024-25 fiscal year, suggesting that institutions can afford player costs. He concluded by noting that evidence of financial mismanagement among athletes is scarce, contrasting them with non-athletes in bankruptcy courts. The landscape of college basketball is facing intense scrutiny following LSU head coach Will Wade's aggressive recruiting strategy, which involves bringing in professional and overseas players, including former NBA players and G League talent. This move has sparked significant backlash, with critics arguing that it devalues the traditional college experience. A prime example cited is R.J. Lewis, a former St. John's star who forfeited his final year of eligibility to pursue an NBA draft opportunity before moving into the G League. Wade and LSU are assembling an unorthodox roster featuring players like Yam Madar, R.J. Lewis, Bryce Desert, and Marcio Santos, raising questions about the integrity of the sport. The controversy centers on the perception that players are abandoning their collegiate careers for professional opportunities, drawing comparisons to past situations where players left college for the pros. This has led to strong condemnation from basketball figures. Jeff Goodman publicly expressed his disappointment, stating that Wade is making college basketball a mockery and urging him to have pride and dignity. The situation is further complicated by Wade's past, including being previously blocked from coaching after NCAA violations related to paying players directly to attend LSU. Analysts are questioning whether his return to college basketball represents a misstep. The debate highlights a larger issue regarding the balance between offering opportunities to international players and allowing professionals to compete against younger talent. Proponents of stricter rules argue that the current environment, fueled by NIL and the transfer portal, requires clearer regulations to prevent the sport from being distorted. The pending 5-in-5 rule, which links eligibility to age and academic status, is being discussed as a potential solution to curb these practices. The path to NCAA championship status for women's flag football has accelerated significantly following a recent recommendation by the NCAA Committee on Access, Opportunity, and Impact. The committee voted on Tuesday to recommend flag football as a championship sport across divisions I, II, and III, setting the stage for potential spring championship competition in 2028. This development underscores the sport's rapid growth, fueled by the NCAA's Emerging Sports for Women program, which has boosted participation at youth, high school, and college intramural and varsity levels. The momentum is further amplified by external support, including backing from the NFL, which has signaled the sport's growing relevance, potentially paving the way for women's flag football to debut at the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles. Committee Chair Jackie McWilliams Parker emphasized the importance of access and opportunity, stating, "Girls want to play. Whenever you give access and opportunity to an easier way to play, the better the success and numbers in participation you see." She highlighted that this provides crucial opportunities for young women who previously lacked pathways to compete at the college level. While the recommendation is a major step, the NCAA outlined a clear timeline for achieving championship status. For the first flag football championship to occur in the spring of 2028, several subsequent steps must be completed. Each division is expected to review the recommendation and potentially sponsor a proposal by July 1. If proposals are submitted, divisions must vote on them in January 2027, with all three divisions needing to approve the legislation establishing the championship. The process also includes establishing an NCAA Women's Flag Football Committee, set to begin work in January 2027. NCAA President Charlie Baker expressed confidence in the timeline, noting that over 60 schools have already sponsored varsity-level flag football, surpassing the NCAA's minimum threshold of 40 schools required for a recommendation. Baker concluded that the timing is ideal, celebrating the growth and providing a pathway for women athletes to compete at the collegiate level ahead of the 2028 Olympic cycle.